we will continue with the next topic, skin depth, or otherwise known as depth of penetration, and it is a measure of depth to which an EM wave can penetrate through the medium. That is a definition for skin depth. And we will start with the wave equation. Del square Es minus gamma square into Es is equal to 0. And we know Es is equal to Esx of Z into Ax. It shows you that this x shows you the electric field is along the x-axis, and this Z shows you that the wave is propagating along the z-axis, and this Ax shows that the unit vector of the electric field is along x direction. And you know what is del? Del is equal to dou by dou x plus dou by dou y plus dou by dou z, and to that I am substituting del square, so that I can write dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. So in place of del square Es, I am writing dou square by dou x square Esx of Z plus dou square by dou y square Esx of Z plus dou square dou z square Esx of Z minus this term. What is that? Gamma square Esx of Z equal to 0. And as I said earlier, the first two terms will be equal to 0 as the EM wave is propagating along the Z axis. The first term dou by dou x and dou by dou y term will be equal to 0. So finally I can write dou square by dou z square is into Esx of Z minus gamma square Esx of Z is equal to 0. The solution is given by Esx of Z is equal to E0 into e raised to minus gamma Z. Okay, all these we saw in the earlier section, but still I am repeating. Now in the next step what I am doing is I am inserting a time factor of E of j omega t. So I can write E0 into e raised to minus gamma Z into e raised to j omega t. Then gamma, you know, it is gamma alpha plus j beta. So I can write E0 into e raised to minus alpha plus j beta into Ez into e raised to j omega t. Then simply rearranging the expression, I will get E0 into e raised to minus alpha Z into e raised to j omega t minus beta Z. Then we need only the real part of this e raised to j omega t minus beta Z. So I am writing like this: e raised to minus alpha Z into E0 into real part of e raised to j omega t minus beta Z. Now in order to explain what is skin depth, we need only these two terms. Okay, e raised to minus alpha Z into E0. So skin depth, actually it is defined as the distance at which the initial amplitude E0 is your initial amplitude, falls to 1 by E times. Okay, this is the definition for skin depth. Skin depth is defined as the distance at which initial amplitude E0 falls 1 by E times. So now I am taking only these two terms, that is E0 is equal to E0 into e raised to minus alpha Z, where Z is the distance travelled by the wave in the Z axis, along the Z axis. Okay. Now I am adding the definition of skin depth to this equation or formula, that is 1 by E into E0. What is skin depth? It is the distance at which the initial amplitude E0 is falling 1 by E times. So 1 by E of E0 is equal to E0 into e raised to minus alpha into del. Instead of Ez here, I have substituted del, where del is the distance travelled to experience skin depth. Okay. So Z is the distance travelled by the wave along the Z axis, distance travel, and del is the distance travelled to experience the skin depth. That is, when the wave travels del distance, then what happens? The amplitude will fall 1 by E times of E0. So hope it is clear. So in the next step, e raised to minus 1 into e naught simply is taken to the numerator, then that is equal to e naught into e raised to minus alpha delta. E naught and e naught cancel, so finally I can write e raised to minus 1 is equal to e raised to minus alpha delta. So I can write what? The exponential term 1 is equal to alpha delta. From that, delta is equal to what? 1 by alpha, where alpha is the attenuation of high loss medium. And this delta will give you the skin depth. And we already derived the expression for alpha as alpha is equal to omega mu epsilon by 2 for a lossy medium. Alpha is equal to square root of omega mu epsilon by 2. And you can substitute this alpha in this expression. So finally I will get delta is equal to square root of 2 by mu omega epsilon. Then omega can be substituted as 2 pi f. So I can write del is equal to 1 by square root of pi f mu sigma. This is another formula for skin depth. Okay, so from this expression you can see as frequency increases, what happens to skin depth? Delta decreases, and vice versa. So these two formulas also you have to by heart. Hope the concept of skin depth is clear. Next, this topic you have to do self-study, that is wave equation for perfect dielectric lossless medium. And this is a wave equation for the lossless medium, that is del square E is equal to mu epsilon rho square E by dou t square, and del square H is equal to mu epsilon rho square H by dou t square. The derivation you have to study by yourself. And that's all. Thank you.